Well, hello there. Well, hello there. Um, I'm just the messenger, so you can't get upset. But it's math time, and Miss Taylor will be here in just a little bit. So get your math out, get your power up book, get your pencil, and get that brain thinking. So be here in just a second. Corny. Okay. Couldn't think of anything to make you laugh. It's math time. All right. So once you get this video, you know you're going to pause it, and you're going to do all of Power Up 76, lesson 76. You're going to do the facts, the mental math, and the word problem. I will be emailing your parents the answers probably later tonight. I want you to do it first, but then I want you to go back with your red pen and grade your own paper, okay? So that you can see what we're missing on a consistent basis, or if we're getting them all right. Yeah, baby. Hopefully that's what we're doing. So what we're starting in lesson 76 is dividing with 3 digits, meaning our answer, which is a quotient, right? Queen quotient. Okay, so this is on page 530, and they give you the different steps, but you know these steps. I know you do. So we know that we're going to take 3, and we're going to look at our very first digit, which is 7. Can 3 go into 7? Of course it can. So I'm going to use 3 different colors to possibly just remind you that if you keep your numbers straight and you take as much space as needed, because you realize that piece of paper that you have, that tree's already died for it, so use it, okay? So we're going to say that 3 can go into 7 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to subtract, and I'm going to have 1 left over. Now, I divided by putting the 2. I multiplied 2 times 3, and I got 6. Then I subtracted, and I got 1. And I'm comparing, is 1 less than 3? Yes. And we've done everything that we can do. So I'm going to bring down the next digit. And I'm going to bring down the 9. Very important that we stay neat and straight. Can 3 go into 19? Yes, I know the answer is in your book, but I want you to think about it. Can 3 go into 19? Okay, well, what's 3 times 5? 15. What's 3 times 6? Yes, 18. So we're going to put a 6 up here. So that's my dividing. Now I'm multiplying. 6 times 3? 18. When I subtract, what am I going to have left? 1 left over. Is 1 less than 3? Yes. So we've done everything we can do for that digit, and now we're looking at the next digit, which is a 4. So I'm going to bring the 4 all the way down. Again, keeping your numbers straight so you realize which number you're bringing and which is, what we're looking at. So now I'm looking at 3 going into 14. Well, 3 times 5 was 15, so we know that's too much. So then what's 3 times 4? 16. No, 3 times 4 is 12. Zane, I'm not listening to you. Cut it out. Yes. So we know that 3 times 4. All right, 3 times 4 is 12. When I subtract, I'm going to have 2 left over. So that's going to be a remainder of 2. Yes? I totally understand this, Miss Taylor. You don't need to review it anymore. That's what I thought you would say. So I'm all good and happy. What if we're dividing by decimal or money? If we're dividing by money. So what if I say that you and your friends get together, and it's you and 2 of your buddies, and you go to, I don't know, Subway, McDonald's, wherever you want to go. All right, and the total of what you ordered was $8.40, and you wanted to figure out how much each of you needed to pay evenly. All right, so I have 3 friends, and the cost was $8.40. And what I'm going to tell you right now, just like when we're subtracting or adding, you bring that decimal straight down. Well, when you're dividing, you're going to bring that decimal straight up. So in this case, that's exactly what you're going to do, the very first thing. And then we're just going to divide like normal, okay? So how many times does 3 go into 8? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, so that's too much. So we'd have to put 2. 2 times 3 is what? 6. And when I subtract, I have 2 left over. 2 is less than 3. So then I'm going to bring my 4 down. 3 goes into 24 how many times? Yes, 8. Good answer, Violet. So I'm going to put 8 there. 8 times 3 is 24. When I subtract, that gives me 0. But I have another 0 that I have to deal with, okay? So 3 goes into 0 0 times, and each friend would need to pay $2.80 so that they each evenly paid their 1/3 portion of whatever it is they ordered. Maybe some ice cream and a basket of fries, I don't know. But that's how we're doing it with decimals. Got it? I know you've got it. You've got it. I know you've got it. All right. I am now looking at page 531. 531. If you will make sure you're there with me, we are going to complete the lesson practice A through F, and then you're going to do just the division for today. It starts at number 19. So you're going to do 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. All of those are division problems. Some have decimals, some don't. They have 3 digits, and they're dividend. And we know we can do this. It's just one more time that we're going to look at the digits and make certain we keep our lines, our numbers, right? Keep them straight. If it's a decimal, we're going to bring it straight up, and we're going to continue to work because we're smart like that. All right? So I'm looking at page 531, example number 3. Can you help me here? It says at 4 p.m. there were about 500 cars waiting in line at 7 highway toll booths. Now, unless you have lived in maybe like Chicago or Florida, oh my gosh, Orlando and Miami is just full of toll roads, okay? So it says there's 500 cars in 7 lines. About the same number of cars were in each line. What is a reasonable estimation of the number of each cars? So it says 500 cars into 7 equal groups. Now we can estimate, this is where it gets a little tricky, because we need to know 7 has what? 50 is not a multiple of 7, but what is? 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6, 7 times 7. Oh, so in your little think cloud, I'm drawing the think cloud, you're thinking, 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, there's your think cloud. It says about 500 cars are in 7 toll booth lines, and they're about even. So wouldn't it be easier? So instead of having 500 divided by 7, we could do 490 divided by 7, because in our brain, again here with their think cloud, we can do that much easier than the 500. Because what you're going to think is 7 goes into 49 7 times, because that's 49. And then I have my 0. I'm gonna put my 0 there. So about how many cars were in each lane? Estimate 70 cars for each lane. 70 times 7 is 490. Yeah, there's 500 cars, but we're estimating. So that means each toll booth has 70 cars waiting in line. Now, if you've lived in any of those places that I mentioned, which I did, that's a pretty much true scenario during rush hour, that's for sure. So, yeah, whole nother story. Always keep quarters on you. Or better yet, just buy the little toll pass, little thing that it just takes money out of your account. Ting, 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 ting. All right, now let's look at lesson practice. You can do one or two things. You can do this on notebook paper, or you can have your grid sheet that you have if you want to have that lesson practice for one part, and then the other part for the written practice, which will be 1 through 30. So you'll use the entire front and back for the lesson itself. So that's up to you. I would tell you not to use your last one, but somehow or another get mom and dad to copy it, or make copies for you, or maybe take copy paper and make your own grid sheet. I would ask you, please put your name and the lesson on the paper, because when parents take pictures and then they email them to me and I'm trying to print them off to grade them, and there's no name, and if I don't stop and look at who sent the email, I don't know whose paper it is. There was more than one of you that did that. That is not nice to your older teacher. Not nice at all. All right. Copy the diagram at the right and then name the 4 steps. Okay. So bottom line, we did this in 3rd grade and you had to memorize it. I think they're just wanting to refresh your memory. Okay. So bottom line, this is what we're doing. Okay, we're dividing, then we're multiplying, then we're subtracting, and then we're carrying down the next digit, right? So they want you to write that. They want you to draw the little shape, I guess it is, and then they want you to write divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. What is the term they use? Yeah, bring it on down, right? I'm trying to remember in 3rd grade who used to make fun of that. It may have been Mason, huh? Anyway, that's what it's looking like, okay? And that would be your first answer. Now they want you to divide. So B, C, D, and E. They give you division problems. Now, how about we do just one of them together? In fact, I would tell you all of them are going to come out even except for B. So do we want to do B together, or do we want to do, yeah, let's go ahead. So this was A. Let's go ahead and do B. B is going to have a remainder, and it is 4, it's 974 divided by 4. And what you're going to do is you're going to think about, how many times does 4 go into 9? Help me. Yes. 2 times. 4 times 2 is what? 8. When I subtract, I'm going to have 1 left over. 1 is smaller than 4, so now I can bring down my next digit. Okay, 4 can go into 17 4 times, because 4 times 4 is what? 16. Yes. Good answer, Ray. All right, when I subtract, I'm going to have 1 left over again. Well, 1 is still less than 4, so it's time to bring down the next digit, which is 4. You with me? All right. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, so it can't be that. What's 4 times 3? Andy, what's 4 times 3? Come on. Yes. It's 12. So 4 times 3 is 12. When I subtract, I have 2 left over. Well, 2 is smaller than 3, so that's going to be my remainder. So, on your very first division problem that we're doing on the lesson practice, I want you to show me my own work so that you understand the work that you need to do for the next ones. Okay? All right. So, you will finish A through F. Let's read F together, just so we have a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Confidence that we can get it done. It says altogether, 878 people attended 3 showings of a movie on Thursday. I guess you're the poor ticket guy that's going click, 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 or the little way it scans your little... Although we haven't been able to see movies for a month, have we? I know. All right. 878 people attend 3 showings of a movie on Thursday. About the same number of people attended each showing. What is a reasonable estimate of the attendance at each showing? Explain your answer. So what if I take 878? 878, and I round it to the closest 100. 878, I'd round up to, you're exactly right. Good job, Kellen. I would round it up to 900. Now, how many showings were there? 3 showings. Now, it doesn't say that the early feature was more packed to capacity versus the third showing. It just says that about the same number of people attended each showing. So that means they had an even amount of people in the 3 different showings. So far, I am estimating, I don't know what's going on with my lights. It's a little crazy. I hope it doesn't go out. Okay, so 3 into 900. Can 3 go into 9? Absolutely, 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. When I subtract, I get 0. Got to bring down another 0. 3 goes into 0, 0 times. 0 times 3 is 0. When I subtract, I get goose egg 0. All right, and then I have to address the second 0. 3 goes into 0, 0 times. So for each showing of that movie, there were about 300 people who attended. How does that make sense? We took 878, we rounded it to 900, and then we divided it by the 3 showings. And 300 people for each showing. Yeah, I've got this, you're so smart. I want you working on being very neat. If you need to, if there's not enough room in the grid for each one, I want you to work it on notebook paper, and then I want you to transfer the answer over. But make certain I see both pages, okay? Then you're going to do, on your grid, 19 through 24, they're division problems as well. I would tell you that numbers 20, 22, and 23, they all have remainders. Look forward to seeing your work. You can do this.